What's up guys, it's RJ. Welcome back to the channel. Today, finally gonna be taking a look at one of the latest Yeezy 350 V2 drops. There's been there's been a ton of drops lately, to say the least, and it's crazy to keep track of everything. I've got a stack of boxes right here that you wouldn't believe unless you follow me on Twitter, then you've probably seen them. But regardless, today gonna be taking a look at the Beluga 2.0s. They dropped about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks now. Like I said, it's just been so hard to keep track of everything. So gonna start with these and hopefully get through the rest of these shoes in the next week and a half or so. And I've been trying to keep things in line and drop the videos with the actual times that the shoes were released, and that's just not gonna work. Like I said, just way too many shoes coming out to really keep track of anything. So let's dive into these 350s. First off, you've got the box. Everybody's seen the box. Typical brown cardboard box, 350 branding, Boost on the side, Yeezy Boost 350 made by Adidas, the Kanye URL, and you got your box tag. I'll give you guys a close-up at that for people who are curious and want to decipher fakes from reals. This is straight from adidas.com, so 100% real, authentic, no BS. If you want to match the box tag, this one will match. This is obviously a US box tag. I'm in California, so let's lay any of that to rest right now. This is what a US box tag looks like from adidas.com. Before we break out the shoes, 10.5. Most V2s these days go true to size. Occasionally they're a little snug. If that's the case, I pull out the insole because it's straight foot on Boost, just like an Ultra Boost. So they're comfortable even without the insole. So go true to size. No need to beat that horse any more than we already have. True to size, 100%. If anything, go a half size up. If you like your shoes loose and you don't like a snug fit at all, half size up. Otherwise, true to size. Now here you have them. And yes, like the majority of my shoes, these have been worn. I promise one day I'm gonna start actually doing unboxings where I break the box open and share them with you guys before I even see them. But I'm like a kid in a candy store, man, or a toy store, I guess is a better example. Just way too excited. When a package arrives, I step right back into 10-year-old RJ, and I've got to open it up and put them on my feet as fast as possible. Here they are, the Adidas Yeezy 350 Boost V2 Beluga 2.0. I got that out first try, believe it or not. There was no cut, no nothing. I got that out first try. I'm pretty proud of myself for that one, and I'm just gonna call them the Beluga 2.0s from here on out. Once again, here it is. Let's break it down, talk a little bit about the shoe, and honestly, there's not a whole lot that I don't like about this shoe, so I'm probably gonna seem a little infatuated with it. And a part of that is because I didn't get the OG Belugas that came out way back when they first started dropping the V2s, and that's always bummed me out. That was probably my favorite colorway. I like this one even more, and that's probably a little biased because I actually own it and it's in hand. You've got a fully gray upper, primarily light gray, just because the whole stripe and everything is a lighter gray, and then the darker grays and the zebra prints are woven throughout the medial side of the shoe for the majority of it. You got solid gray rope laces. The original Belugas had two-tone lace, so that's a big difference from these ones. Obviously, the other main difference is the stripe is actually the same color as the gray base, whereas on the original Belugas, you've got that orange stripe, and then the lettering and branding is actually gray. So that's where this changes. Now, this color, from my understanding, like I said, I don't have an original Beluga to compare them to. This color is more of almost like a bright red rather than an orange. I think they're still calling it an orange, and according to like Adidas color codes and whatnot, it still is a shade of orange, but in my opinion, it comes out a lot more red. I'm still very pleased with it. I wouldn't have minded if it was more orange like the originals, but I'm not gonna knock it. You know, I think the gray with this color, orange, red, the hits are just awesome. You've got the same red on the stitching on the pull tab right here as well. Also, for those of you who don't know, the first few V2s that came out way back when, it's been like a year now, didn't have a pull tab or a strap on them, and that was introduced. I'm probably gonna get this way wrong, but I think that was introduced. I'm not even gonna try and guess. I can't remember if it was the Breads or a different pair, but just know that not every V2 has a pull strap on it. If you don't own a pair of these, just like an Ultra Boost, it's a one-piece booty upper stitched up right up the middle right here. You can see the stitching as well. I know that's always been a big tell when you're doing legit checks, but I'm not a professional when it comes to Yeezys, so if you have some questions, I'll answer them, but I can't guarantee you that I can legit check your Yeezys just by looking at pictures of them, so I wish I could, but I'm gonna be real with you. Removable insole with the Adidas and Yeezy branding. You've got the Originals logo right there in the middle. Same white bottom insole that we've seen in several Yeezys throughout the years. There's an up close of the Originals logo. Another tell when doing legit checks, make sure that trefoil logo is actually flat and there's no bubble to it. Inside of the shoe, like I told you, just Boost, nothing but Boost right there on the bottom. You got little hits of what's probably synthetic suede protecting the lacing system in there, just reinforcing it, making it just a little stronger so the laces don't tear through that prime knit and weaken it over time. 3-stripe branding coming up the back of the inner liner. That is reflective 3M, and they are what feels like heat transferred on there. It's not just a print, so if you've got these and they're printed on there, they're fake. I don't want to beat around the bush at all. Also, you've got padding right there around the heel, typical for a V2. That same silver stitching comes up the back of the shoe as well, right beneath that pull strap. Heading to the midsole, if you don't have a pair of these, all V2s are made up of a 3-piece midsole, outsole. So typically you've got the lateral and the medial, and then the outsole goes from the tip of the shoe all the way up the back panel where it meets with the other 2 pieces on the outside, if that makes sense. I'm sorry if that's confusing, but that's the best way for me to describe it. And it's all just solid rubber. It's pretty soft, squishy, you can push into it, you can actually feel the Boost beneath it. And for those of you wondering who have never had these in hand, yes, there's a huge Boost midsole beneath the rubber, which is why it's a 350 Boost. Heading to the bottom of the shoe, you've got the Boost revealed right there in a huge window. You also got Boost branding right there on the heel. Boost also visible right here beneath the forefoot. Adidas branding right there under the toes. And lastly, comfort. It's a very comfortable shoe. It's not necessarily gonna be up there in my opinion with an Ultra Boost, but it is very comfortable. You know, you've got a ton of Boost beneath the rubber, like I already mentioned. 1-piece prime knit upper, definitely a ton of padding wrapping the back portion of the ankle inside right there, like I already mentioned. And you can't go wrong, you know, prime knit combined with Boost with nice padding is always gonna be comfortable. My only complaint is when it does get uncomfortable, it's typically just towards the toes right here, and that's because the shoe kind of comes to a point at the end. And as long as you don't get them too snug, you won't have any issues with that. So just to recap, true to size, Boost midsole beneath a 3-piece rubber outsole. It's a Yeezy. If you've never had one on, you know, they're not always the easiest things to get a hold of. This actually happens to be the highest produced model. When it comes to the Yeezys thus far, there was a ridiculous amount. These were really, really easy to get. There were restocks upon restocks upon restocks. And I was just, I guess, lucky enough to snag a pair on the initial release on Adidas. You know, I'm probably being a little biased, but these are my favorite as far as colorways go thus far. You know, I've got the breads, the zebras, the creams, these, and I think that's actually it as far as the V2s go. I've got a pair of the 700s, a pair of the power phases to share with you guys coming up in the next couple videos. But for now, that's gonna do it for the V2 Beluga 2.0. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't already, tap that subscribe button. Any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below. I do my best to always respond to everybody. And for now, guys, thanks so much for checking out the video. I'll throw these on feet, share them with you guys a little more up close and personal. Up close and personal. I apologize for stumbling over my words. Gonna do it for now though. Peace out.